Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to take a closer look at one of my favorite semiconductor companies, Advanced Micro Devices, AMD. In the past few days, we have seen some kind of analyst upgrades and updates saying why they might be bullish or bearish on this stock, and I just want to take a closer look. They discuss things like data center and the gaming market, and I just want to share my overall thoughts. We can see, unfortunately, today AMD is down roughly 3.5%. The market continues to be very volatile, sitting at $68 and pretty much 6 cents. From its 6 months low, the stock is up roughly 21.8%. Let's take a closer look at my overall thoughts in today's episode.
I do want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and make sure to check out fool.com/Jose to get the top 10 stocks to buy right now.
So we can start off with price point updates. On January 11th, we did see two big players adjust AMD's price target. Barclays adjusted their price target to $70 from $68 and maintains an equal weight rating. That's a nice bullish case. Unfortunately, KeyBank adjusted their price target to AMD to $80 from $85, so they did reduce it there. They did keep their overweight weighting, and we're going to take a closer look at some of the bullish reasons why. But a main reason for the price drop here was due to the decline or the potential decline in the gaming segment, pretty much the consumer market. And I mean, I think as an investor, we have to remember that, hey, these analysts are looking at the next 12 months. And yes, while I do believe the consumer market is something that might be very impactful for the company in the next 12 months, I do believe the long-term tailwinds are still pretty bullish. And I do believe that's the great perk we have as long-term investor. One of the main reasons they did keep their overweight rating was pretty much how bullish they are in data center growth. They do believe, thanks to Genoa, which is AMD's most recent EPYC server CPU, they expect strong month-over-month and year-over-year growth for the December month. So now let's take a closer look at their data center bullish case. KeyBank does expect AMD market server share to grow from 22% at the end of 2022 to 30% at the end of 2023. I want to say that would be huge for AMD if this is the case, right? That's a 36% year-over-year growth, but overall, it just would show the growth and the strength of their products. I am a huge bull for AMD in the data center market, and let's see if I don't say this is impossible, right? As we have seen, the data center market most recent quarter grew 45% year-over-year. So for the full year of 2023 to kind of see a 36% year-over-year growth, I wouldn't say it's not going to be easy, but I wouldn't say it's impossible, especially with the new kind of solutions that they have announced. Here we can see how important the data center market is. Out of $1.6 billion this most recent quarter, the company had operating income of $505 million. So not only is it a strong revenue grower, it does have some strong margins. That's roughly that's 31% of operating margins. We can see that there. So I do believe anything in the 30% is already pretty strong. So what is AMD doing here in the kind of data center market that makes me a little bit more bullish and kind of agree with this sentiment from this analyst? First, AMD recently released their 4th generation server CPU, Genoa, and that was released on November 10th of 2022. I continue to see a lot of bullish cases here and a lot of kind of strong adoption for the 4th generation server CPU. Their 3rd generation Milan was amazing. I wouldn't expect anything different. There's nothing here that's telling me, Jose, be worried. Be worried about their 4th generation CPU. The other thing is AMD, they kind of got smart and they understand that the kind of cloud or the data center market is not just general purpose computing. There are other niche markets that can also use the performance power of these kind of server CPUs. For example, they do expect to release Bergamo in the first half of 2023, which is going to be more of a cloud native CPU. Then in the second half, they haven't really given a timeline. They just say sometime in 2023, they're going to release a CPU that's going to be meant for the technical side and another one for the telecommunication side. And obviously, when you have a very niche, powerful product, you're able to charge a little bit more. You're also able to get a little bit more operating margins. So I can see where this kind of growth can come from AMD and in the data center market. I just want to showcase how strong this overall data center market is for AMD. We can see most recent quarter, data center was 1.6. It was tied in first place with gaming with most revenue, and it is the number 2 when it comes to operating income. The only one that has a little bit more operating income is the embedded market, which I do believe they have huge growth opportunities here. Before I keep going on my thoughts, definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you are enjoying the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up. It does help me grow with my overall audience and kind of expanding my audience base. If you want to support a little bit more, make sure to subscribe using the link at fool.com/Jose. Finally, if you are here, it means you're a semiconductor investor. And I just have this amazing weekly semiconductor podcast. It's doing great. Semiconductor investing and more. You can find the new channel. Episode 10 has been released, doing great. Episode 11 is under production right now. And a co-host and I discuss a lot of great topics in the data center market. So back to here to the data center growth. I definitely am excited about AMD and their data center market. We see it's a huge revenue grower. It's also a good provider of operating income. So now I do have a few questions, and maybe you as the viewers, you can also answer them to kind of explain your thought process. Are you or I still bullish in the data center market? For me, my answer is yes. Even though Intel has recently released their 4th generation Xeon Sapphire Rapids, which do seem to be competitive, I, at the end of the day, believe that AMD still has a strong play in this market where they are going to continue to grow that data center market share. I want to say with Intel's recent generation Xeon, it might be a little tougher battle, but I don't think any side has a sure win at the moment. What I do believe is going to help out AMD a lot is all these different solutions for the cloud native, for the technicals, for the telecommunication. And I do believe that's what's going to be one of the great things about AMD this generation. Now, if we start thinking about next generation, the 5th generation, which might be a year or two ahead of us, I want to say maybe that's when we start to think a little bit more about the competition, or that's how I'm thinking about it in my head. The second is, am I worried about the gaming/consumer market? Like I mentioned earlier on, I do believe in the short term, and that could be in the next 12 months, the gaming and consumer market will still be weak. We have strong competition here. Intel's 13th generation Raptor Lake's core processors definitely seem to be a strong competition. The RTX line, the 4000 series from NVIDIA in the GPU side is also pretty aggressive and pretty strong. So a lot of competition here. Now, if we take a closer look here in the consumer space, we can see that client and gaming, which are the kind of 2 major consumer-based products for AMD, even though they both have high revenue, client has $1 billion, gaming has $1.6 billion, they're barely profitable. Operating income for clients is actually on the negative side, and for the gaming side, it's, I want to say, less than 10%. So I believe that AMD at the moment is saying, we have strong competition here from Intel and NVIDIA. We are going to continue to release new processors. Their next generation of Ryzen was released. Their next generations of Radeon graphics cards were released. But I believe AMD is being a little bit more conservative here. They're spending more of their money on that data center market, on that embedded market, because these are the industries that are really providing that operating income and that profitability for this company to keep going. So while I might be worried about the gaming and the consumer market in the short term of things, I don't believe that's much struggle in the long term of things. If the company, which it does, continue to innovate and continues to drop great products, they are going to continue to grab market share there. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.